So I'm gonna drive it carefully. We're gonna go slow. I don't want to ruin it, you know. Oh my god, this is insane, guys. I'm freaking out. Okay, I'll catch you guys back on the road.
All right, what's going on, guys? This is day 2. So we got the 135 over here. Erline's helping me check it out. We're just gonna make sure there's no oil leaks down here. We just wanna double check everything before we take this drive back to California. Also, guys, we are driving this car back to California. It is a super long trip. Wish us luck. We're taking 2 N54s. It's gonna be pretty bad. What do you think?
My guess is that this one will be for sale in Arizona, not running. And mine will be for sale in New Mexico, not running.
All right, guys, let's hope that's not the case. We need to make it back home to California. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and double check everything, make sure the fluids are fine, nothing's leaking too bad. These cars do leak, it's pretty common. We just wanna make sure it's nothing crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that and I'll show you guys the process. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Watch this recorder.
Guys, so there is something leaking down there. It's leaking right now. We're not too sure what it is. We're gonna go ahead and look into it. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy. We don't wanna mess with anything huge if we don't have to. It just needs to make it back 1,500 miles, N54, 1,500 miles in a day and a half, 24-hour drive. Oh God, the more I think about it, the more scared I get. So, I think we're just a little bit crazy, but we're gonna double check everything. Erlan has the same exact car as I do now. It's so crazy, guys. We both have we both have 135s. Black 135s. Dude, it's so crazy. Oh my goodness. As soon as I saw this one for sale, like it was listed pretty high because it supposedly had oil leaks, but I think I mentioned it in the previous video what happened. So we checked out the car. We actually checked out 2 cars. We checked out a 335, clean title, automatic. It needs new turbos. So Erlan picked that one up for a project for the near future. So go ahead and check out his channel, his Instagram. I'll throw it up right here. But yeah, guys, so it was listed at like 68 or something crazy high, something like that. It's actually pretty fairly priced as it is. We went to go look at it in person. She said it was leaking oil from the oil pan gasket. So that's what a small little shop, like one of those like Jiffy Lube shops said. So we don't know how true that was. We went and looked at it. There was oil on the ground from it sitting. It had been sitting for 3 weeks at the shop. So there was oil on the ground. The car didn't start because the battery was dead. So we pretty much just bought it on the hopes and dreams that it was fine. She said it was fine. She had literally all the maintenance records, like every single paper since like 30,000 miles. So that's pretty, like, that in itself is worth so much, right? What do you think? Just the fact of knowing that 30,000 miles to 142,000 miles, she has all the service records. That's pretty big. We decided to pick it up for $4,000. It's pretty fairly priced for the mileage. We weren't able to turn it on, so that's why we were able to get it that low for a clean title 135.
That's not even really fairly priced. It's pretty low.
That's pretty low.
That's the price you get a piece of junk 128 for.
That's true. That is actually totally true. I'm just gonna show you what we're doing right now. Alright guys, so we took off the shield, and it is a bit oily, but nothing crazy. It's honestly pretty normal. Most BMWs do leak a bunch of oil anyway, so it does have the leak. We're just looking for where it is right now. I think I'm just gonna leave this off, honestly. I don't really like this on. It kind of just doesn't, I feel like BMW did it to where they knew it was gonna leak, so they did it to where it doesn't look like it is leaking. That leak is, because it is leaking from somewhere, we just don't know where. guys, so far what we've done is we've taken off both of the covers, the whatever covers you want to call it, the oil covers. We took those off. We pressure washed the inside of the engine bay and underneath so that we can see where the leak is coming from, because it is leaking. We just want to find out where. So when it's clean, we're gonna let it dry for a bit, see where the leak is coming from so we know exactly what we need to replace. And then while we were at it, we went ahead and cleaned the tires, the rims, and the actual car. So now everything's all clean. We're ready to drive it, come back, see where the leak is coming from, and go on from there. All right guys, so we left off with pressure washing everything, cleaning up the car. Now it's later in the day. We want to see where the leaks are coming from. Hopefully it's nothing too bad, if there is something at all. I'm pretty sure there is though. So we're gonna go ahead and find where the leak is coming from, and I'll go ahead and show you guys that.
Up yet or anything? Mm-hmm. That's your typical kind of oil leaks, but I don't worry about that too much yet. Same thing as your pan. You got a little seepage, but that's not too bad.
I noticed that.
So that's nice because you don't have to do that garbage. That job sucks. Control arms look good. But yeah, this pan, see this drip right here?
Yeah. Oh, I just saw that.
This is where it's dripping from, so the question is it cracked? Or is it just leaking real bad? Which I'm gonna say it's just leaking real bad, which means we should be able to just... Cause look how dry this, like the rear main seal is leaking a little bit, but
I noticed that.
This thing would be soaked all over here. You see drips.
Yeah.
That's pretty good news though.
Yeah.
As long as this isn't too bad. So you got a really bad leak here too. The whole freaking thing's leaking. I wonder if somebody did this and did a bad job. You know?
I think that's probably what it was.
Cause this thing looks pretty new. It's like a really bad drip, you know? Mm-hmm. And the thing is, right now this doesn't have a lot of pressure because it's not very hot.
Yeah.
But what happens when it gets really hot, you know, is it'll start building pressure on the inside, and I feel like it'll start pushing it out faster. Okay. And the thing about this is, I would hate for us to get 1,000 miles in, and it starts acting funny again. Yeah. And then we have to try to do this in the middle of the. Yeah. In the middle of the country.
True.
Oh, that kind of sucks. Oh, even does it look leaking? I need to.
Need help?
Kinda.
Should I grab that?
I'll need it on this side, maybe.
Okay. Alright guys, so we went ahead, well, Erlan went ahead, shout out to Erlan. He went ahead and took off the actual pan, and so far the gasket looks pretty good, but it was leaking when it was on, so we're not sure what it is exactly. We're thinking we might just put it back on and maybe tighten it and see if it spills. What do you think?
I mean, this gasket looks so fresh. The whole thing looks so fresh. My thing is that I'm not a Bmw transmission professional, right? But they could have just not tightened it right, and they could have actually put it on, like gotten it dirty or wet or something, so it kept seeping through. But it was definitely, this pan's brand new. Yeah. It literally has never been touched. And I'm wondering if the shop did it. No, we're gonna look at all the service records because somebody took this apart and put this new pan on.
For sure.
And
alright, so we're gonna go ahead and go to the store and grab some brake cleaner. Sorry for the lighting. So yeah guys, huge shout out to Erlan for helping me with this. He's pretty much doing most of it. I don't know anything about transmissions or anything like that. I know like most of the basic stuff that's relatively easy to do, but I've never touched a transmission. So he's helped me with it. I really appreciate him for doing that. We actually need to get this car ready to go by tomorrow evening, hopefully. We are gonna go back to California with this car. Just needs to be ready to make it back like 1,500 miles, something like that. It's like 24-hour drive. I don't remember how many miles exactly, but it's like a 24-hour drive exactly. Right now we're near Dallas and we need to go to Sacramento, California. This lighting is just really bad. We actually wanted to leave in a few hours, but it's just not gonna happen. So we're trying to get this ready as fast as possible, so bear with us. I mean, you guys will already see, by the time this video is even uploaded, we'll be back, hopefully. Because I didn't bring my laptop to edit, so I'll be editing back at home. Now we just need to make it home, so